All right, we're finishing up on chapter 1, and this will be the end of the foundation, and we'll actually really start with the skills we need to solve equations and begin algebra. So we've got one more unit here on conversions. Now, we're going to be converting in just a minute between the US standard system and the metric system, and I don't have any of those memorized, so I'll show you the chart there. But first of all, they're going to ask us to see the difference in the two heights. So we're going to use units here, but they've told us, these are both the metric system, but I have two different heights. Somebody's 1.6 meters, the other one is 85 centimeters. So if I want to subtract these, how much taller is he than his brother? I need these to be in the same unit. So we could go through and do it like we did in the last one. So there are 100 centimeters and 1 meter. Now you may already have just known how you would have done this, but 100 centimeters and 1 meter, you could cancel the centimeters. So I've got 85 being divided by 100, so it's going to move it over 2 spots, and I get 0.85 meters. Okay, now we're just going to subtract them. We get 0.75 meters. Okay, so once again, we're in the wrong unit. Now, the conversion from centimeters to meters, you could do the long way, but all it's going to do is it's going to move it back 2 spots. So I'm going to have, and if you want to see the conversion, go ahead, but I'm just going to go ahead and see that it's going to turn out to be 0.75 meters, which is the beauty of the metric system, why it's a far superior system. Okay, so I've got 8 and 2, get 13. Okay, so I get 2.33. Oh, you know what? It wasn't asking me to add them. Hold on, I did this whole thing wrong. It was asking me how much taller she was, so I needed to subtract them. Okay, so I'm going to borrow over here. So she's 0.83 meters taller. Okay, we got one more of these. So he's 2 meters, or the fence is. Now I converted that over. If you need to see that, you can go ahead and do that yourself, but it's what we did in the last video. Okay, so I'm going to borrow here. Gives me a 10, but I got to borrow from that, so that makes that a 10. Okay, so 6, 0, got 1.04 meters taller. So I'm asking for the difference between them. I should have shown that. So the difference, or how much shorter he is, same thing, subtracting. Okay, so they're going to ask for multiple steps in conversion again here. I've got a soup that's 150 meters, and I'm going to triple it. Okay, well, I'm going to multiply it by 3, and now I've got 450 milliliters. But they want the final answer to be in liters. So once I multiply it, all I have to do is my final conversion. So this is 450, they didn't show it, milliliters. Those would cancel, so I'm just getting my conversion off my table. So you may know that one. So now 450 times 0.001, and I made it liters. Okay. Okay, so we're multiplying this by 8 first of all. So it's in milliliters. Got a big party coming on, so we're going to do this. Okay. Oh no, it's not 1,000. It would be 2,000. All right, so it's 2,000 milliliters. So 1 milliliter is 0.001 liters. So we are just going to cancel those units. Oh, you could have done it like that, but yeah, I think we've been doing it like this. I should do. There's 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. Same thing, but I think this is a little easier to understand. Okay, so if we divide those, we'd get 2 liters. All right, same thing here. So first we've got 400 grams. We're going to multiply that by 6 because she's making 6 pans of this. Okay, so I've got 2,400 grams. All right, so we need to go grams to kilograms. There are 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So those cancel. Now I'm dividing by 1,000, so that's over 3 spots. 1, 2, 3 to make it a smaller number. 2.5 kilograms. All right, now here's where things get really crazy. Converting between the US and the metric system, none of these are easy, simple numbers to work with. So I don't have any of these memorized. So I'm going to give us the table on any of them that it doesn't show us. But the principle for switching between is the same thing we learned. We've got the rate, and we're going to either put it upside down or the other way around in order to be able to cancel off the units. So we've got 30 milliliters in 1 ounce, so I can cancel those down, and we get here. So exactly the same premise, we just have harder numbers on our conversions. Okay, so quarts are in a 2-liter bottle. Okay, so I've got a 2-liter bottle. So which one are we doing? Right here. All right, so 1 liter is 1.06 quarts. So those will cancel. So I'm just multiplying 2 times 1.06. And there's our quarts. All right, I got 4 quarts of milk, and I'm going to convert to the metric system. So where are we? What am I doing? I've got quarts, and what am I going to? Liters. Okay, so I'm going the other way around. So there's quarts. It's 1 liter. Okay, quarts cancels down. Okay, 4 divided by 1.06. Okay, 3.77 liters. Okay, so we're just changing 100 kilometers into miles. Again, I would use the chart here. I don't have this memorized, but they already told me this conversion. Going to make it so that kilometers will cancel. So I've got 100 divided by 1.61. It isn't ounces. It is 62 miles. Okay, so we've got 5895 meters. And we want to change this to feet. So we need meters to feet. We got right there. So make sure your unit is going to cancel diagonally. Meter, meter. All right, so we're multiplying across the top here. 5895 times 0.28. I get 19335.6 feet. Okay. So I'm going to miles. So I'm using this line right here. 1.61 kilometers is 1 mile. Those cancel down. So I've got 5586 over 1.61. So I rounded it and got this, and our unit is miles. All right, I think our last thing here is we're going to convert between the two systems of temperature. We have Celsius and Fahrenheit. Again, the Celsius system makes some sense. The Fahrenheit does not. Now, it requires a pretty good conversion. These are some pretty complicated formulas to make that conversion. So let's take a look and see how we do here. So we want to go Fahrenheit into Celsius. So we're trying to get to Celsius. I'm just plugging my number into this equation. So I crunch down the parentheses first. Now I multiply this by 5/9. Those would cancel down and make it 2. So that's how they got the 10. So in Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit is 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we want to get in, so we want to get into Celsius again. So I've got 5/9. Our Fahrenheit temperature is 59. Okay, so I'm just plugging it in there so I wind up with Celsius at the end. Okay, so I'm doing inside of there first, the parenthesis. All right, so this is just fractions now. You think of this like a 1. These will reduce. You could do it by the factor approach if you wanted to, but they're both divisible by 9. So this turns out to be 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, we got it again. We're going to Celsius again. So I've got 5/9, 41 minus 32. Now we've got to do inside the parentheses first. Now it turns out to be 9, and we can cross reduce there, and we get 5 degrees Celsius. All right, now we're going to go the other way around. So now we want the formula to end up with Fahrenheit. So I've got 9/5 times the 20, just putting in the Celsius temperature, and then you add the 32. So we get down to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so once again, we're trying to end up with Fahrenheit. So I've got 9/5. We're going to put in that Celsius temperature, and then you add 32. Okay, those will cross reduce, give me a 3. So I got 27 plus 32, got 59. Okay, we're doing it again, trying to wind up with Fahrenheit. So I've got 9/5 times 10 degrees Celsius, then you add 32. So order of operations, we got to do this first. That becomes a 2. Got 18 plus 32 is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so we've done conversions between the two different systems, which are really complicated. Again, I don't have them memorized. And then lastly, we're doing temperature conversions. Just need to know how to work that formula.